What is up, friends? My name is Laura. If you've never visited my YouTube channel before, welcome. I am currently out in the woods. This is my little happy place near my house. And I'm kind of sitting and I got to thinking 3 things that I am so glad that I have purchased for my first Ironman. I feel like obviously you need a bike, obviously you need runners, obviously you need goggles. Those 3. But what are the things that felt like, do I actually want to spend that money? And here are my 3. If you do not know me prior, my name is Laura. I do adventures all around the world, more hiking, but as of the last 7 months, I've been training for an Ironman. It's been very, very exciting. I'm exactly 2 weeks out. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed, because going into the last 2 weeks, I'm going to be kind of vlogging tons and giving you tons of information of how I'm actually approaching my first Ironman and hopefully crossing that finish line. So if you watch any of my previous videos about kind of the gear that I'm using and anything like that for this Ironman, I went into it not thinking like I'm about to be like super attached to this sport. So most of the stuff that I have is like secondhand, or I just talked about, getting a good one, but you're paying cash for it on Craigslist, all those kind of things. So when I talk about that, I'm basically also saying these 3 things though, I am so glad I spent my money on. So let me officially share them now. I ended up getting, after about 3 months, I ended up being like, my hair is just driving me insane. Obviously I'm a female, I have long hair as well. So I decided on a cap. And I was like, who really cares about getting a cap? But I ended up going to like a Big 5, which is just like a sporting goods store, got a Nike one, as you're able to see in these pictures, and that was about $20. And as soon as I got this thing, like, game changer. First of all, a lot of people think that it's to prevent your hair from getting wet. I've seen that in a lot of forms. It is not in any way. It will a bit protect against the chlorine, but for me, the reasons that I actually just loved it were, it just kept my hair completely out of like my face, but also it really kept my goggles on completely snug. One of the things also is you're able to see that I have long hair. I didn't actually have one of the days I didn't have an elastic, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just throw it up, like kind of just meshed around my head, and then I put the cap on, and actually this is what I have done from there on out. It's so much better, just so it's not just like this large lump, and you can see my dog Thor behind me, by the way. It's not just like a large lump, so I'm just able to kind of get it wet, put it in, flip it around, kind of a little bit, just like push it against my head, and then put the cap on. The other tip that I read, and this is what my game plan is for the Ironman, is to keep that cap, bring that to the Ironman day, and that will actually help with keeping your goggles and everything snug on, because you're going to have your cap, which, as you're able to see in my pictures, mine's black. Then I'll put my goggles on, and then of course you're going to have to use one of their caps for the Ironman, to show your speed level for the swimming, and then put that one over, and it'll keep your goggles so much more snug, especially when you're kind of getting smacked in the face probably by other swimmers. It's just going to keep them more snug. So your normal one, goggles, other one, start your swim. The second piece of equipment that I'm so glad that I invested in is a Garmin watch. Why? There's so many reasons, and I ended up getting mine last year on Black Friday. I had like a very intro one prior. I actually was like, okay, it really only lasts about 12 hours, so going into an Ironman, it's not even gonna last the whole time. Of course, when it comes to an Ironman, you're going to want to kind of know around what time it is, mainly for, how fast you're going, how much time you have left, hold off the course if you're not meeting, the specific time requirements, but also of course just like knowing your calories, what zone you're in, if you have like a nicer Garmin. So for me, it was a little under $400, but this was a purchase that I was like, you know what, this not only is going to help me with my Ironman training, but it's not like once I'm finished with my Ironman, I'm not going to, continue working out or anything like that. And maybe I will continue doing triathlons. I'm not sure at this point, but I'm just saying, it's going to help me when I'm going hiking. It's just going to help me with my overall fitness. It's definitely going to help me, keep track of mileage when I'm going running. The other thing that, for me, I don't have like a little computer monitor for my bike. That is something that I didn't invest in. So for me, I'm just able to look at my watch very easily when I'm kind of going at a good speed, just kind of wondering, okay, what around am I averaging for mileage, but also just what am I going in this exact moment, just so that I know going into the Ironman around how long these kind of things should be taking me. So again, that is not a small purchase, but I feel like it's one that, you know, if you get an older watch, like the battery might not be as good. Just if you're able to maybe even ask Santa one year, or if people are giving you money, you can put it towards that, something like that. And then, like I said, I got it on Black Friday, so I still did get it for like something like 15% off. I'll put it right here though to tell you the exact kind. And yeah, I've been super, super happy. The third and final thing that I'm so glad that I invested in, and this is not a cheap one either, but it is a running vest with the actual water in it. I definitely find when this is more honestly for training, because when it comes to the Ironman itself, they will have aid stations along the way. But with that said, of course, you want to stay so hydrated. It's not just a marathon. You know, by the time you're actually running, you're probably going to be pretty dehydrated and tired. So this way I'm able to store snacks and those kind of things as well. I even am like, okay, it's going to be getting into the night. The sun has gone down. I can either be having a headlamp if I want in there, power bars, or even if I'm feeling like it for that day, I might even put in like just a very light kind of sweatshirt in there. For me, that's been huge for my training. And if I do have to fill up, that's okay, but it would take the same amount of time to quickly sip some water. So for some of my training runs, and I went up to 18 miles, that's been very, very critical and really helpful. So I do plan on having that for sure the day of the Ironman as well. Like I said, I'm able to add some snacks, but also just having Gatorade and water on me at all times, hopefully be very, very helpful. I'm gonna do some more videos going into Ironman Day, officially vlogging, and some other ones. I do really want to do 3 things also that I didn't end up purchasing that I'm so glad that I didn't. So let me know if you'd like to see that in the comments below, and I will see you very, very soon. Keep living life. Bye.